Hey there, everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are in the world. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to wherever you're watching this from. And it's going to be a small talk on hardships and ease. Now, as we know, in life there are a lot of hardships that we have to go through, be it with relationships, uh, your financials, your daily life, in terms of uh, what you're going through, and phases of unease and doubt and frustrations and all that internally as well as externally with your job and so on, your family, your friends, and everything that else that's happening around the world. There can be hardships in all shapes and sizes and all different forms, and I feel like it's inevitable to experience them. You can't have a life without hardships, without difficulties, without hurdles that you have to overcome, without challenges that you have to face on head on, and you surely can't have a life of peace altogether, like completely. That's what I've realized when pondering about the aspect of peace and ease, you And I feel like it's good. In terms of hardships, first and foremost, it's good to have them because it helps you build strength, it helps you build endurance, it helps you contemplate and reflect on you yourself as an individual, and it it just prompts you to look at things in a different perspective. You can have two sides or two perspectives once again when looking at hardships, just like everything else. There's one side where you'll be like, you can think like it's too hard. Why am I going through this? Why does this always happen? Why am I not getting to where I want to be? Why is it so difficult to just get that one thing? And ultimately just keep pondering or piling yourself up with questions of why, and eventually, breaking down or, falling because of the weight of all those questions on your head and on your shoulders. Or you can take the other route, which is the more, you know, uh, I would say acknowledgement and accountability route, where you can think like, okay, this has happened. Why Let's forget about the whys and forget and forget about questioning you know the stuff that's happening around us, and for a second look within ourselves, look within us, look within our surroundings, our families, or the people around us, and so on, and think to yourself, okay, this has happened. Now what can I do in my power to fix it, or what can I do myself to improve myself so that next time this comes around, or next time the situation comes around, which for sure it will, in a different form or in a different capacity, how can I be more prepared to handle it so that at least now I know what this thing is capable of. Next time it comes around, I'll be more prepared. So, what are the steps that I need to take to prepare for that? And it's all about just having the right type of mindset in terms of hardships, because if you go through hardships, eventually it will make you grow into a better person, into a better human being, a stronger person as well, mentally, physically, of course, emotionally and spiritually. Uh, but if you're having the wrong mindset, which is just questioning everything, why, without taking any action or without being accountable for what you can and can't do, then ultimately the answer to why is nonsensical. It doesn't mean anything because once you get the answer to why and you're still stuck in that mindset of why is this happening to me, the questions will just keep piling up. you know, it'll never end. So yeah, it's all about just having the right mindset when it comes to hardships. Just think of it as a way to grow. I know it can be painful. I know it can be frustrating. I myself shouldn't be, plowing advice or motivational stuff like this without acknowledging that I myself do question a lot uh, the word why. because you know I've had my fair share of hardships, just as you have. Whoever's watching this, it may be fewer than you or maybe more than you, but nonetheless, we all go through hardships, and I'm no different in terms of that. Uh, so yeah, but once I figured out that it's much better to come to the conclusion or to come to the understanding that okay, this happened, just put it in the past, just let go of it. There's no use in clutching to something that you can't really fix, or that is out of your control, or what has happened has happened. You can't go back to the past. As much as all of us would want to do that, you can't go back to the past and correct your wrongs at that given time. All you can do is learn from it, acknowledge it was a mistake, or it was just a bad coincidence, and you have to move forward. And the only way to move forward is to accept that it has happened, acknowledge the hardships, acknowledge your faults, if there are any, or if there's not, then that's fine. Forgive yourself, forgive the person who did you wrong as well, and just move forward with it, let it go, and learn from it and grow from it as well. You know, not in the sense that you have to be fully prepared, because life can hit you with something you never know. Sometimes you can go through one hardship, and the next time you encounter something else, another hardship, is going to be completely different from the ones you experienced before. But yeah, I believe that uh, in terms of certain difficulties that we go through, it's basically as they say, and as a lot of people are telling me, it's basically preparing you for what's to come. Now, that can be more difficulties, as I have thought myself, because whenever they say that to me, I'm like, it it can't possibly get worse from here, right? But if they say that, then it surely can. But once again, that's depending on how you think about it and how your mindset is, or how your perspective is. Because on one side, it can be the option or the notion that more difficult stuff is going to come your way, which is a given. Or you can think of it as it's preparing you for what's to come, and it's building you up as a character, in terms of your character, in terms of your mindset, in terms of your emotional state, your spiritual state, and your physical state. Because sometimes going through hardships also builds humility, and I think that's the main thing, and I believe that's why most of us, when we're pursuing something, or if not all of us, when we're pursuing something, a specific path, a specific route, a specific, you know, triumphant victory over a battle we have been fighting, I believe that the reason why we go through so much hardship, so much battles, so much fights, so much endurance training, in other words, because it humbles us. It humbles us to the point where we know our weaknesses, we know our strengths. We're not gonna boast about it like you know like this one. You're not gonna boast about it like be all confident and be like, oh, I did it all myself. There's no, it was easy or something like that. Being very boastful, being very overconfident and cocky, you know, uh, which is never the sense, because that's a extreme amount of pride, you know, which is uh, which is fine, especially, but it's valid and it's accepted to an extent if you've earned that thing that you've got. Now, not getting it and being so boastful and being so prideful doesn't really mean anything. In fact, it paints you in a different light, But I feel like those are that's the reason why we go through hardships, is to humble us, is to bring a sense of humility into our hearts, into our minds, into our souls, so that when we get that, Instead of feeling pride whenever we get that sense of ease, and this is where ease has been coming, this is where ease is going to come along, because I've been spending 10 minutes doing a talk on just hardships itself. When ease comes along, and when you finally get what it is that you're looking for, or came across something that you didn't really pray for, you didn't really long for, you weren't really in pursuit of, but it brought you that sense of peace and relief nonetheless, instead of feeling pride, instead of being boastful, you'll just feel relief and gratitude. And that feeling, those feelings of relief and gratitude is 100, a million times, a bajillion times better than the feeling of being prideful and, boastful about yourself and your capabilities, because you just you just feel like all of the weight on your shoulders is done. All of the burdens that you carried so far has been worth it. All of the sacrifices you've made has been worth it. And I feel like that's why sometimes it's taking longer than usual, or it may be a little bit more of a longer road for you to get to that place of ease, that place of gratitude, the place of fulfillment, saying that to yourself that yes, I finally made it, I finally did it. you know, uh, it's to build your character, and I can speak one for myself because maybe I'm not where I want to be because I haven't still accomplished or become the person that I need to be in order to get that. Or perhaps life is just, or whatever pursuit I'm going to just has a little bit more hardships than other people. Yes, I can see that there are other people in the space that I want to be in who are thriving, who are significantly more successful than I am, uh, in terms of the field that I want to be in, and at a much younger age, given that. So yeah, so I guess it's just all about timing. Perhaps they have experienced a lot of hardships themselves, and they have built the character and the humility that is needed to achieve that, and so that's why it came their way. But as for me, I'm still on that journey, and so are many of you as well, I suppose. And yeah, it's just all about, just trying to build your character, just trying to be a better person, trying to be more humble, trying to be more grateful for the things that you have, and eventually, whatever belief or religion you are, it's best to just believe in God, believe in the universe, believe in God's plan for each and every one of us. I do truly, know and believe that we will get to where we want to be or where we're supposed to be. It may not be the preferred destination, it may not be the preferred journey you've had in mind, or it may not be the, struggles that you've anticipated that you need to go through. But just be assured that on the other side of that, on the other side of all those sacrifices, on the other side of all those struggles, on the other side of all those hardships that you have to go through, the pain, the sorrow, the regret, the heartbreak, the failures, on the other side of that is success. And success being that relief and gratitude for the thing that you've obtained, or if you didn't get it, or if you didn't obtain what you were looking for, or what you longed for, or prayed for, then at least you can have some gratitude and relief in knowing that you became a better person because of all the struggles and hardships that you've been through, and you're more appreciative of life, or you're more grateful of what you have now. All right, so that's all for this talk, guys. Hope you find it something as insightful or interesting a little bit. Hope you connected to it as well, and yeah, hope you have a great day.